everybody, my name is Megan. I'm a student in EDM 310 at the University of South Alabama. This video is my final blog post, number 15, and it is a final reflection on the course as a whole. In terms of what I learned this semester from EDM 310, there's actually quite a few things. One of them is I learned about a different approach to teaching. We go through school with these basic pen and paper models. It's what we've known from kindergarten until the time we graduated. But I learned that it doesn't have to be like that. Teaching doesn't have to be just pen and paper. You can implement things that the students are familiar with, that they know. It may seem scary at first, but if you stick with it and succeed, not only are you going to benefit from it, but your students will as well, because they'll be leaving your classroom with a bunch of different tools that they can use later on in life. Another thing I learned was that once you begin teaching, your learning process never ends. Just like the old quote says, if you don't learn something new every day, then you're going backwards. It's okay to not know the answer to a question. In fact, you may benefit from what you do find out on top of learning your answer. Everyone should be a lifelong learner, and that is something I've learned that I'll definitely take with me in the years to come. In terms of things that I didn't learn from EDM 310, it's not something I didn't learn. It's more like things that I'm still iffy on. There were a few tools that we used and we explored, and I wasn't quite sure about them or if I was using them correctly or this, that, or the other. I think everybody in the class is going to have at least one or two things that they'll come away from that they aren't sure about. I think the confidence will come the more we use these tools and explore other possibilities, explore other ways to learn that, to use them and implement them in our lives. As far as what I'm going to take with me from EDM 310, as mentioned above, I will definitely bring along in my life the fact that we are all lifelong learners, that we all have to be lifelong learners in order to achieve our goals. I will also take with me the ideal of technology being used in classrooms all over. At first, I was a little skeptical of it, I'll admit, but that was also when I was seeing education in such an old-fashioned manner as the way that we grew up with it as. That is the only way I saw education. But now that I've seen it in a different light, I will definitely try to spread this to other people. Everybody, not just select groups of people, not just districts who can afford it, but I think everybody can benefit from a little technology in their lives, both inside of the classroom and outside of it. What am I going to abandon from EDM 310? Firstly, I plan on abandoning any and all doubts I had in myself. To be honest, when I first started this class, I was petrified of it. He gives you this list. He shows you everything that is due that has to be done by the end of the semester, and you get a little scared. You think to yourself, how am I going to survive? How am I going to get all of this done? And it seems very impossible, but if you stick with it and you go through the end, you're better for it. You're better for all the work you did. I also didn't see how I could implement things like technology in my future classroom. It seems very out of reach. Like, how can one person do this? But if you learn about it, if you take the initiative, there's nothing that you can't do in your classroom. And that is something, the doubts I had in myself is definitely something I don't plan on bringing forward with me. As far as what I want to use in my personal classroom when I finally get there, I would love to explore the possibilities of blogging with my students. Doing the comments for kids, it appeared that they really enjoyed getting comments on their blogs, and they loved the idea of putting their own blog together and really making it their own. They were able to express their thoughts, and I think that this is something that is important for all students, whether it's seen by a teacher or not. I'd also love for my students to be able to connect with people young and old around the world, because it is one of the things I thoroughly enjoyed about this class. I loved having that opportunity. I also plan on making videos and even doing podcasts with my class. As I gain more confidence with a smart board, this is something I will definitely utilize in my classroom, and I think when you combine all of this, you only have a successful outcome. What do I not want to use in my future classroom? I think it is important for everything to at least be given a shot. I plan on trying everything that I learned this semester out in my classroom at least once. If things don't work and my future students hate it, then I try again with something new. If something works really well and they love it, then that will give me the opportunity to expand and to also help them grow. All right, that has been my final blog post, number 15, Reflection. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. All in all, I really enjoyed EDM 310 this semester. At first, I was skeptical of this class. I wasn't sure if I was going to get through it, but I came out on the other end, and I am so grateful that I had this opportunity to take this class. I think all future, all pre-service teachers should be able to take a class like this. It will benefit all of them. So thank you for watching.